Welcome to Glisten's Culinary Delights. Today we are just peachy and we are making the most decadent peach cream pie. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely do so. And if you like the content that you're about to see, then check that alert bell so you can get notifications of any of my future videos. I'm super excited about showing you how to make this delicious recipe. So let's get started. So this pie has several layers that we're gonna work on separately.
Layers! Onions have layers. Ogres have layers.
Cake! Everybody loves cakes. Cakes have layers.
So the first thing we're gonna work on is our crust. Now for our crust, you're going to use a food processor, and we are gonna put a few ingredients in our food processor. And I'll have the ingredients in the description, and also I'll have them flashing up here on the screen. So first we're gonna add pecans. Next you're gonna add a full pack of graham crackers. There's there's 9 graham crackers in this package. So you're gonna need 9 full graham crackers. Add them in here. Don't need to break them up because the food processor is gonna do that for you. Next, you're going to add some brown sugar. And last but not least, some melted butter. All right, just add on your lid and then we're gonna blend this up. You can blend this up until all of your pecans and all of your graham crackers are kind of blended up and we can make a crust out of it. All right, so this is done. We're going to scrape off the sides and we'll get our pie dish and we'll get our crust started. We are going to get a 9-inch pie dish and you're gonna spray it with cooking spray, and then we're gonna pour in our crust and push it down into our pie dish. Now when you're doing this, you do not want to have super thick parts and super thin parts, so you wanna try to make it even. So you can just get in there and start using your hands and just start pushing that pie crust down. Bring it up the sides. And there you have it. So we're gonna stick this in our oven at 350 for 8 minutes. And then we'll take it out, and then you have to let this completely cool. While this is cooking, we're going to get our next layer going, and that is custard. All right, so let's get our custard started. So in a bowl, you're going to get some egg yolks, some sugar, cornstarch, and last but not least, some salt. Now we're just going to whisk this up until we get a nice pale yellow color. So it's gonna take you about 1, maybe 2 minutes, depending on how vigorously you're whisking. So you see how that's completely smooth? We've got a nice pale yellow color. That's what we're looking for. Okay, this is looking great. Let's set this aside and let's get our milks going. All right, so we're about to get our milk stuff ready to go for our custard, but our pie is out, our crust is out of the oven. It's been 8 minutes. So we're gonna set this aside and let it cool completely. Once it's cooled completely, we're gonna cover it with plastic wrap and we're gonna put it in the fridge before we even put our custard on there. So you're going to want to hold off on making your custard until your crust is completely cool and put in the fridge. This should usually take about 15-20 minutes. Now the great thing about this recipe is you could do it in stages. You could do the crust the night before.
You sure about that?
Custard separate and then just add it all together at the end. However you want to do it. All right, so at home you're gonna get a pan, put it on medium heat, And then we have a few ingredients here. So we've got some heavy cream and some buttermilk. So you're gonna add in your heavy cream. And add in your buttermilk. Now that that is completely added into our pan, we're going to just leave it on medium until you start to see some bubbles forming at the edge of your pan, and then we're gonna take it off of the heat. So our bubbles are forming, so I'm taking this off of the heat because we're going to mix it in our eggs now. Now here's the cool sciencey part of this whole experiment. We're gonna temper our egg mixture, and I'm just going to scoop small amounts of that mixture, and I'm gonna slowly pour it into my egg mixture. And as I do that, I'm going to be whisking vigorously because I don't want my eggs, I want to temper my eggs, I don't want to cook my eggs. So we don't want to end up with scrambled eggs. So just do one scoop at a time. All right, once you have about a third of that mixture whisked into your egg mixture, we're gonna get our egg mixture and pour it back into this pot. So as you pour it into your pot, you're just gonna do it slowly, just like you did with the egg mixture, and we're going to whisk it as we're pouring. All right, so we have it all mixed in all together, so we're gonna put it back on our hot plate or your stove if you're at home, and I'm going to just put it on medium heat again, and we're going to warm this up. Remember, this is a custard, so you're gonna have to put some effort into it. So you're gonna have to keep stirring this until it starts to thicken. Now you're gonna have to be very, very careful because this will thicken quickly and it will get gritty if you let it get too thick. So watch it. You're just going to stir it until it coats the back of a spoon, and that's when you know it's done. So I'll show you what that looks like. Just gonna get my spoon here so I can test it as I go. Starting to thicken, and I can see we're almost there. All right, so we're just about there. It's coating the back of the spoon. I'll show you what it looks like. And we're going to strain this, and then we're going to cool it down. All right, let's strain our custard. Strain that last little bit. And then before I pour this into my completely cooled pie crust, I am going to add a little bit of vanilla bean paste. Okay, our pie crust is cooled. We are going to put in our custard, and then we're going to wrap this with plastic wrap and store it in the fridge. Oh yeah. So you're just gonna spread that to even it out. All right, here we go. So we're gonna stick this in our fridge for 5 more hours. I know that's a long time, but there's lots of things you could do. You could do this first thing in the morning. You could do this the night before, and then add the toppings on later. Hey everybody, and we are back. I just got back from the Peach Festival. I got some delicious, lovely, fresh picked peaches that are gonna be perfect on our peach cream pie. So we've got a couple more layers to do today. So let's get started on cutting our peaches. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna thoroughly wash your peaches. After you wash your peaches, we're going to slice and peel them, and I'm just gonna put them in a separate bowl because we got a few things that we're gonna add to them. So, peach skin is super sensitive, so even as I was washing these, the skin was just like slipping off. So it's super easy to do, just to peel that skin off. It's kind of satisfying too. It's a messy job, but someone's got to do it, right? All right, our peaches are done and they are looking great, as you can see here. So now we've just got a few more things that we're going to add to these, and then we are going to make one more layer and then we'll put it all together. So I'm going to, in my peaches, I'm going to add some lemon juice and a little bit of lemon zest. And then for sweetness, some powdered sugar. You can forgo the powdered sugar if you don't want them extra sweet, but I feel like this helps temper down that lemon a little bit. So we're just going to mix all that up. All right, let's set this aside and make our sweet cream. All right, last layer, let's do our heavy cream. So for a heavy cream, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna get a stand mixer or a hand mixer if you've got it, and we're gonna add in 2 cups of heavy cream. And then we're gonna turn this on high. And we're gonna beat this for a few minutes until we start to see stiff peaks. Starting to pick it up. Just double check so you know you're there when you take it out like this, and it just like sticks on and makes like a little point at the top of your thing. So we have 2 more ingredients to add to this, and we're just gonna spin it a few extra seconds for those ingredients, and then we are done. You don't want to overmix this because it'll turn to butter if you do. So we're gonna add some powdered sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. Nice stiff peaks. Make sure all that powdered sugar and vanilla is mixed in. All right, we're good to go. So we are going to add in finish our layers. So as you can see, we have our pie with our custard that's been chilled for the 5 hours. The custard is completely set and it's looking delicious. I'm so excited about this pie, guys. So then we have our cream and we have our peaches. Now I'm gonna put the cream on top first. Then after we put the cream, we'll add our peaches on top. And here we go, wonderful, delicious peach pie. That is so good. So let's cut into this and give it a taste. All right, we've got our layered peach pie. It's looking amazing. Let's give this a try and see what happens. See what it tastes like. Holy cow. This pie is perfect for summer. It's got the cream, it's got the custard, crust, peaches, yum. So good. If you made it this far in my video, thank you so much for watching. I will be making more peach recipes throughout the rest of the week. So if you like this content, make sure to subscribe, check that notification bell so you can get notifications of any of my future videos. And I'm just gonna finish this now. Have a great day. Last little tip, if you aren't gonna eat your full pie in one sitting, like I'm not, I am gonna just stick this in the fridge and I can save it for later.